Friends say Sarah Ferguson is completely on edge right now. Insiders describe her as absolutely bereft, watching her entire world crumble around her. The woman who once dined with royalty and jet-setted across continents is now facing a reality she never thought would arrive. But this isn't something that happened overnight. The Duchess of York has been living on borrowed time and borrowed money for decades, and the bills have finally come due. What people are discovering about her spending habits is nothing short of staggering. If you want the latest royal scandals and untold stories, subscribe to Royal Family Daily and hit that notification bell. Let's talk about what life was really like when Fergie had access to unlimited funds. According to Andrew Loney's explosive biography, dinner at her home wasn't just a meal. It was a medieval banquet. We're talking entire sides of beef, whole legs of lamb, and multiple whole chickens laid out every single night. And this wasn't for a massive dinner party. This was for 3 people. 3. The sheer volume of food being prepared each evening was obscene, a level of waste that defied logic. But it wasn't about feeding anyone. It was about the appearance, the spectacle, the image of living like royalty, even when the coffers were running dry. The excess didn't stop at the dining table either. When it came time to travel, Fergie would arrange 2 separate cars to the airport, one for herself and another entirely dedicated to her 10 suitcases, each one carefully lined with tissue paper. Staff members who worked for her during those years describe a woman who never heard the word no, who expected everything to be perfect and excessive at all times. But the excessive dinners and designer luggage were just the beginning. The real numbers are where things get truly jaw-dropping. In the 1990s, Fergie was burning through £860,000 a year. That's not what she earned. That's what she spent. £300,000 went to staff salaries alone. $50,000 on flowers, not for special occasions, but just for fresh arrangements throughout her properties at all times. Another $50,000 just on throwing parties to maintain her social standing. She once spent £14,000 in a single month at a London wine merchant. 1 month, 1 store. And here's where it gets calculating. At Harrods, Mohammed Al Fayed would let her shop without ever pressing her to pay the bills. He saw value in having the Duchess of York as a customer. Fergie knew this, and reports suggest she exploited the same approach with other high-end retailers throughout London. She would run up tabs with no intention of settling them, always one step ahead of the creditors. By the time reality caught up, she was drowning in a debt mountain worth £3.7 million. When the bills came due, Fergie turned to a dark solution. Reports claim that Jeffrey Epstein secretly bankrolled Sarah Ferguson for 15 years. Not just the $20,000 she publicly admitted to receiving. Sources suggest the real figure could be closer to $2 million. Even after publicly denouncing him, she sent Epstein an email in 2011 calling him a steadfast, generous, and supreme friend. By 2011, the world knew exactly who Epstein was. Yet Fergie was still reaching out, still maintaining that connection. Insiders say she constantly asked him for money, reaching out again and again. According to people close to the situation, Epstein eventually got sick and tired of the requests. But the money kept flowing for over a decade. The connection went far deeper than she's ever acknowledged, and now that truth is haunting her. Make sure you're subscribed to Royal Family Daily so you never miss these shocking revelations. But 2025 brought everything crashing down. King Charles made his move in October 2025. He stripped Prince Andrew of his remaining titles and ordered the couple evicted from Royal Lodge. For Fergie, losing the Duchess of York title felt like a death, according to friends. She's described as furious, devastated, and completely blindsided. Sources close to her reveal something even more chilling. She has nowhere to go and no one to go with. Her entire future is hanging in the balance, and the security she thought she'd always have has vanished overnight. The fallout didn't stop at losing her home. September 2025 saw 7 major charities drop Sarah Ferguson as their patron, all at once. But it wasn't just the charities distancing themselves. Famous friends who once stood beside her, names like Kate Moss, Ellie Goulding, Naomi Campbell, and Elton John, are reportedly pulling back. Sources claim people don't want to be associated with her anymore. Her children's book publisher axed the release of her latest book. Royal experts are calling her a toxic brand with no future as a children's author. The woman who once had access to every door in high society now finds those same doors slamming shut in her face. Trapped and desperate, Fergie's considering a drastic escape. Word on the street is that Sarah Ferguson has her eyes set on America. Beverly Hills and Palm Beach are being floated as potential landing spots for a fresh start. Friends say America feels like freedom to her, like it could be her last real shot at rebuilding a life. But here's the catch. One insider reveals she would leave if she could afford to. She's stuck. The woman who once spent money like water now can't even afford to relocate. Another source paints an even more brutal picture. Publicly, she's standing by Andrew, playing the loyal partner. Privately, she's furious and plotting her escape, looking for any way out. The question is whether she'll ever get the chance to make that move. Drop a comment below. Do you think Fergie should flee to America or stay in the UK? Let us know on Royal Family Daily. But even as she plans to flee, the damage seems permanent. Through all of this chaos, Sarah Ferguson is also fighting for her health. She's been diagnosed with both breast cancer and melanoma, battling serious medical conditions while her life falls apart around her. Friends describe her as shaken to the core and not great right now. Royal experts say she's leaning heavily on trusted staff members because her support system has crumbled. The woman who once thrived on attention and glamour is now isolated, facing some of the darkest days of her life. From palace favourite to public pariah in just months. So here's where we are. Sarah Ferguson spent decades living a life funded by money she didn't have, burning through millions on extravagant dinners, designer wardrobes, and endless parties. She took money from one of the most notorious figures in modern history and kept asking for more even after the world knew who he really was. She exploited her royal connections at every turn, running up debts with no plan to pay them back, and now all of it has caught up with her. No home, no title, no friends. The spending habits that defined her entire existence have finally destroyed everything she had left. Whether she escapes to America or stays trapped in the UK, one thing is certain. This time, there may be no bailout coming. For more exclusive royal stories like this, subscribe to Royal Family Daily and turn on notifications. We'll see you in the next one.